Welcome, everyone, to Resellers and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year. Because that's basically what we've been going through. And it's almost over, and we're so happy it's almost over. I'm not sure if Rick's joining us tonight or not. He's been sitting downstairs. We unloaded most of our storage unit today. And because of that, his back is a little wonky. But who is joining us today? Carl.
Hey, everybody.
Long time no see, Mr. Carl.
Yeah, it's been a while. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
Thank you so much for joining us on our sort of review of the year that we wish wasn't. And
yes.
Chatting about a few other things. Who knows? Oh, and there he is. Look who's down there.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yes, a Hanukkah miracle.
A Hanukkah miracle. There you
go. Oi, that's what I was saying when I threw my back out.
Ooh, yes.
Anyways, how are you doing?
Great.
So I chatted a little bit with you, Carl, just very little actually in the past couple of months, actually. I mean, the one time we saw you on here, and then we've chatted a little bit, but overall, and I think everybody in here, and a big hello to everybody who's joined us. If you have a name, by the way, that doesn't look normal to, that's not a name, just tell me your name. So, because I was looking at these, and since I don't have the Kennel Club anymore, people are under different names now. So it's easy to understand that Lisa Wallace is Lisa. That's good. But when I get to things like Fawn's Fan, who is Janet, and Circa Bear, I don't know who that is again, and Netherfield, that's Elisa. I'm just trying to get back to who is who on the names. That's the one that's throwing me. Like some of them as well. Some I remember, like that's Hydran, so I don't have to. It's like some I remember out of the blue, just really weirdly, and then other ones I'm like, wait a second, what exactly is this? It's like this is Michael, so it's like some of the names stayed relatively the same, but other ones, I don't know where they went or who they became. So every time I look at them, I go, do I know who Fawn's Fan is? And yes, it's Janet, but I keep thinking, I don't know. So, hey, Tammy. Thanks for binging while you can. And that's Heather Nutbaum.
I'm not Puff.
As we were chatting, as we were saying, so I am so happy that 2025 is nearly over.
Yes.
I don't honestly know what 2026 is going to look like. I've got a few little things I could show you today that are things that I remember. Carl, you gave me a couple that are like, oh, here's something to look at. I think so that we can see some sales happening in some places. It's really strange. For us, for example, on eBay, I just checked. In the past month on eBay, I had 4 sales.
Yeah.
I had more sales on Facebook Marketplace than I did on eBay. I made more money on Facebook Marketplace than I did on eBay. I had more sales on Etsy than I did on eBay using my crossless magic thing, just randomly pushing things over there.
Yeah.
And thankfully we haven't run into the situation where we've double sold something.
No.
Or listed something.
Nobody's buying from. So.
Yeah, right. I'll need a few more drinks and not just water that I have to do that.
I did say he looks quite handsome there with the beard. And it's like, and the box is like Santa behind him.
Yeah, I know. The older I get, the more Santa.
I see a light behind you, like a light box. So that means that you might be taking pictures of things.
I put it on just for the show to get the light down here. Yeah.
Stop motion animation. You're doing posing clay puppets.
I've done that. It's fun.
And all the tubs, are they just tubs you moved there from?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember a shelf behind you that was stacked with stuff. And that's now I see a picture.
Yeah, that's me trying to clear things up. But I'm not going to rotate the camera. to see what's over there and there. It's a mystery. It's all clean this way. You wouldn't believe how clean it is over here. Yeah.
Well, we're closing down our storage unit, so we've moved what 40 boxes or 40 tubs
40 tubs we had to move
into the
over to
house.
the house. So there's parts of the house that are barely walkable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, oh, what are we going to do? That's what the next month is supposed to be for me. Today, I know it's not the new year yet, but today was a Tuesday, a senior 30% off Tuesday. I did not go thrifting, and I promised Rick I am not going thrifting until February 1st at the earliest. I'm not going anywhere to buy anything. It's going to be tough.
Well, I'll let you shop the basement. You can pay what's on the tag to me.
That might be fun.
I might ask at the end of January how that's going.
It might be fun to shop the basement and pay you, and then you can give me the money back because I've already obviously paid that out. But no, we had all this stuff, and we were looking at it going, we're paying so much for storage locker. We had to do a little sort of challenge to ourselves, which was look at, is it worth the storage locker? Is it worth us having the antique mall?
Yes.
And for us, the antique mall cost more than the storage locker. The storage locker was like $3,000 sort of thing. So it's like, so the storage.
Yeah. Isn't he dead now?
The storage locker costs a lot of money. The antique market costs more, but the antique market people can shop at. And so this month we're coming close to $900 in sales, which is great. The booth itself costs about $400, so that's a $500 that we're clearing of stuff that has been sitting around in a lot of cases. So it's nothing, and sitting in a locker at $300 a month, it's not doing anything.
No.
So we had to do that. We discussed, like, we don't know if we're going to do that for the whole year or how long we're going to do it, but we said we're just going to have to keep going that way and get everything out of the storage locker. And no, not 3,000, 300 a month, 3,000 a year. So now I just want to say, so according to eBay, Michael is up 10% for the year, though it's hard to believe. Charmaine is saying Marketplace has got good location for sales right now. Heather says people always ask and then never follow through. That's true. I know do you do much on Facebook, Carl?
I hate Facebook Marketplace except for buying. I don't like the time. And I don't like the time wasted. Excuse me. I don't like the time waiting for people to show up. Even when they show up and everything's great, it still takes an hour, and I sit there the entire day waiting for them to show up. It doesn't work well with my personality. So,
well, how is your booth going that you had at that sort of flea market-y kind of place?
Honestly, I'm probably breaking even. It's such a hard nut to crack, because if I account, like, I'm there every Sunday, right? And I'm there for 8 hours and then 2 hours of travel time, right? Just to be there. I'm not even making minimum wage, right? My goal this year is to get to net $15 an hour if I can. But it's really difficult because it's defining what people actually want, what people are willing to pay for, what I can source. And that combination is very difficult. And I don't think I'm the only one finding that, because I feel like in this kind of genre, like the antique market, there's a lot of people doing it who don't really account for all their time and expenses. So I think the amount of people doing really good is quite low.
Well, unless they're doing really, really, really high volume and low prices just to get stuff churning.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong, but that's my feeling. When I talk, like, because I'm at the market on Sundays where everyone else, so I talk to all the other booth owners all the time. And one thing I'm hearing a lot is it was a lot better 5 or 10 years ago. Now, people say that about everything in life is a lot better 5 or 10 years ago, right? So it's kind of hard to tell, but I think Facebook Marketplace in a way has taken away from markets a little bit.
Yeah.
Where before, if you wanted that G.I. Joe or that vintage t-shirt or whatever, you had to go to the markets to find it, where now you can do it locally on Facebook Marketplace. But I'm not quite sure.
It's the evolution, because 15 years ago plus, you couldn't even shop on the internet for that. So that was like toy shows. That's what we used to do toy shows once or twice a year, and we could. Rick, can you take care of Doug?
Yep.
We could, on a couple of our toy shows, one of our biggest toy shows, we cleared over $5,000.
Yeah.
On the one show for one Sunday from 10 until 4. And that particular show was an amazing show for us, not only because of that, but on the Saturday night during setup, somebody came to me and asked me if I wanted their Star Wars collection. And I managed to buy a carded Star Wars collection on the Saturday night for about a couple of grand. But I kept it for a number of years and ended up selling it for well over 10 grand.
Yeah.
So it was like I still made $5 grand, even though I spent the 2 on top of that. So like it was a $7,000 show, but I came out with some amazing stuff. That was the big thing. And again, we go back to way before that, when it was the toy shop. Right. We talk about running those ads we used to have to send into a magazine, and 6 months later, you actually have the actual ads show up in a magazine, and people would phone us on an auction night. And we'd say, if the phone doesn't ring for 5 minutes, then that's when we end the auctions. It was wild.
Different time, right?
I think that there's that. And so that's moved a lot of people. And as you say, Facebook Marketplace, I happen to, and I don't know if it's the algorithm as well. That's the challenge, because I search for things, and then I'm searching to buy some things too.
Me too. Yeah. And
because of that, I wonder if I'm getting pushed only the ads that are for the same type of things.
Yeah.
And so I see for example, I see a crap load of vintage, like, let's say, strawberry shortcake items.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know there were that many out there. But I keep seeing more and more and more and more of them. And I'm like, okay, a lot of people are trying to get rid of them. And part of it is that you can find some deals on there, because there's people who don't know how to even look up eBay still.
Or they don't care. They just want to get rid of their stuff.
Yeah, or they don't care. And then you also find the people who are like some of those people at flea markets that have a printout of, this is for sale on eBay for $1,200. Like,
right.
And you just want to smack them over the head.
What I do is, if I see a reseller like selling stuff and I don't want to see the listings, I block them. That helps eliminate those listings from what I see.
Oh, okay.
I'm not blocking them, obviously, because they've done anything wrong. I just don't want to see reseller ads, because they're probably isn't something I'm really interested in, and it will fill a lot of my feed if I'm not careful. But it's still an interesting way of trying to source, and I find it a little difficult because people act real quick and grab the great deals, right? So you have to be on it. But then occasionally, for whatever reason, it's like something's still available days later, and like, why is this still even here?
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, I mean, I'm going to show you. This is exactly that. I put this. I thought I had 3 of these, so it's like not a big deal. But I had 3 of these things on that I got at Value Village. This is a Cards Against Disney game, and it's actually a I'll add Rick back. It's actually a non-licensed game. So it's like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Except it's really adult. And here's an example of why you can see it. It's like Ursula's complications from type 2 diabetes. That's an answer. 2 dwarves, possibly with tangled beards. And these are actually the nicer ones, because there are some that were actually a lot dirtier.
Yeah, Craig wouldn't let me take photos of the dirty ones.
Like, blank is how Ariel stayed alive after she became a human underwater. It's like, there are Tom Hanks repeatedly saying the word moist. Like, it's just really strange. Now, I had 3 of these, and I literally sold 2 of them within probably less than 5 days. Same price, $25. Because I got them for $5, $25. This finally sold yesterday for $20. I have had so many inquiries about it. It's been up for like 4 months.
Right.
And I'm like, how come one sold, two sold? I even had one I took up to the antique market. It sold in a week.
Yeah.
All of them. And the one, like, there wasn't anything different about them. The other one, I actually had a Cards Against Harry Potter as well. But it took literally somebody deciding, I guess we want to find something. And it actually happened to be someone who lives about 5 blocks from us. And they got it for their New Year's Eve party.
Oh, cool.
So that's why they found that how we showed up on their algorithm. I don't know. But yes, I had 20 no-shows or 20 is this still available?
Right. So for making that $20, how much time do you think went into it?
Oh,
including everything.
Well, I just wrote it. I wrote it up once, and then
you had to count it.
Let's say half an hour of it's available.
You didn't count anything, Carl.
Oh, you didn't count them? So,
nope.
No.
But I'm just trying to say what I think about when I do those things, and like mostly for me.
Basically, I took the pictures. I took 5 pictures.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most amount of time that was invested. Craig does the listings in practically no time. And I don't know how much back and forth there is, but I think he fits it in when he's on his phone. So it's like, pop over here, do this, pop over there, do that. Yeah. So it's incremental. It's probably not hours and hours. In total, it might be an hour of Craig's time and an hour of mine for the photos.
I'm not bashing Facebook Marketplace.
Most of the stuff I do is, I'd say, around a half an hour for a Facebook listing. But again, a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I'm moving from Cross-List Magic.
Yeah.
From eBay. So the write-up is there, and I'm spending 5 minutes maybe adjusting something on it. And then there's a time for somebody to pick it up. So I don't mind. And we actually decided we aren't going to do pickups before 1 p.m. in the afternoon. We only do them when we're around. So I have probably lost, I'd say, about a third of our sales.
Yeah.
Because people have been like too fussy about the time. Like, I need to be there. Can you be there at 8 a.m.? It's like, no, I'm not getting up at 8 a.m. So like this one, actually, I think I lost one sale on it. This was actually a thing that Rick actually found, which was this, like, for $7.99 less 30%. It was this little like creative co-op thing, and it was a ride on Bloomington Kids Kinto Rocker. I copied that photo from their website.
Yep.
It retails for over $200. It was up for probably 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I did have 2 people say, "Can I come at this point or this point?" And I was like, "Yes." And then it happened to be like Sunday afternoon. So we're home for Sunday afternoon. So yeah, anytime between 12 or 1 and 5 p.m. we're here.
Oh man, that would drive me nuts. I can't do that.
What would drive you nuts?
Show up anytime between 12 and 5. Like,
oh, we're here anyway. So
but if we're sitting I'm sitting in the dining room, or we're watching Game of Thrones or something like that.
It's a me thing. I'd be like looking out the windows waiting for the person to show up. That's why I don't do it.
I do, just like we did with the Cards Against Disney. The guy said, "I'm coming later." I said, "We're here until 9 o'clock." We were watching TV, and I put the cards out by the front door. I locked the front door, and then I just say, "Buzz me when you're coming through." And then I got the message going, "I'm here." I was like, "Okay, thanks so much." And
like I said,
walked up, took the $20, and yeah, there's a few of these. Can you be there in 8 days at 1:30 on a Tuesday? It's like, yes, I can, but you got to prepay me a down payment. I've had a few of those too. Like,
and prepayments are their own special hell.
Yeah.
Somebody else's, that would make me crazy.
Yeah, I can't show up, and I don't want my wife to be bugged too, right? Because this is a me thing, not a her thing.
Well, that's true. That's true, because it's not Amy. And that's just it. Rick doesn't want anything to do with these people, so this is all me.
I will step up and manage things if you ask nicely.
Yes. At least the worst ones are people on Facebook Marketplace are so gung ho about your item arrangements are made, and then my spouse won't let me buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Always afraid they're going to be in the bathroom when they show up. If I'm in the bathroom, I'll just take my phone in the bathroom, and then I'll say I'm on the shitter. Like, it's like, I'll just send them a message going, you'll have to wait. I'm terribly sorry. There, clip that. I'll use that as one of the AI clips that they make for me. It's like these little 30-second things. It'll be Craig on the toilet. So I would never message, it's ready, come when you will. I'll let you know if it's available. And if I don't allow that. Sometimes I will come by this afternoon. Yeah, I actually don't give my address either. I don't give my address until later on. But it's, for me, it's actually, again, the nice thing is moving stuff that's on eBay into Facebook Marketplace using Crossless Magic has been so easy to do that I just pick stuff that it's like, it's going through my inventory and going, this is going to the antique show, or this is going to eBay, or this has been on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that is true. Tina's got a good point. I don't like people meeting at my house. It's definitely a hassle to meet at a location and wait for them and they don't buy. That is, I understand a lot of people have that issue, and that I can see as being a bigger hassle. Charmaine and Brian, do you meet at the house? Because you do a lot. Like your number one platform is Facebook Marketplace. Our insurance doesn't allow customers to come to the house, so you have to meet them in town.
Interesting.
Okay. No, that can be true as well. We actually have insurance on the house in case people do have to come to the house, in case of slip and fall or anything like that. I have people come to my house always. Well, and plus we also have Max Solds here.
Yeah.
So we do have people coming to the house all the time. But yeah, so
yeah.
Now, but back to what I was saying about the flea market, Carl. But one of the big things you were saying there is you actually do it for, there's multiple reasons why you're doing it. So kind of like when we're saying with the antique mall, we're doing it to get rid of inventory, not have a storage unit, push out stuff that we don't know when it's going to sell or how it's going to sell, or we don't want to risk on a max sold. You do the flea market for people interaction.
Yeah. I'm a social person, and since I'm retired, if I'm not careful, I'll sit on the couch like all week and not really talk to anyone except for Amy, right? So for me, I always feel good the next day. Like on Monday, I feel
on a couch, Rick? What's?
Yeah, exactly, right. So, and like I said, I'm the weird guy who talks to you at the Value Village, right? So I have no problem talking to people at the market. That's all I do all day. So I enjoy that. I also enjoy like learning and trying new things, and it's exciting too, right? Like when people give you cash and or you sold something that you bought, and it's physical rather than eBay where it's like you put it in a box, off it goes, and you hope that's the last thing you ever see of the customer, right? So I enjoy the learning aspect, but I also like money. So, like this Sunday, I sold more on eBay sitting there than I did on the entire day, right? So, in terms of that, it doesn't make sense. If I was doing it to make a second income.
Oh yeah.
No.
That second income gone for us. We are down. I looked at, it's hard for us in one way. One of the things that's a bit of a challenge is it's hard for us to do year against year comparisons now on eBay, because we used to list on ebay.com and now we moved everything over ebay.ca. So unfortunately, from the sales performance perspective, we don't have, it will not combine the two.
Yeah, you can do that. There's an option for that.
Is there? Because I haven't figured out how. I'll have to ask you how offline, and then I'll do a little video on it, because when I'm doing it, it's like I have to write down what I did in October of last year on ebay.com, and then go, what did I do on October of this year on ebay.ca, and manually go, because otherwise everything looks like December said I'm down or I'm up 100% because it showed zero sales of last December.
Right. Yeah. No, you have to. It's a simple thing, but I'll show you.
Okay. But
I'm down 60%. I'm down 60% when I did it just before the show.
I figure that we're down 75% actually on our eBay sales. It's been literally, our average sale now is $45 to $50 if we're lucky once a week.
Yeah, me too.
So that's $200 a week, and we used to easily pull in 1,000.
Surprisingly, we had a few sales through the eBay International Shipping Program.
I'm just about to actually get to that, Rick, and chatting too. No, I'm just about to. Carl brought up eBay, and I was just going to say, so that's been one of the biggest changes that I think some of us actually are. We got a lot of people on the side who are eBay people. So you always listed on ebay.ca.
No, I was on .com.
You're on .com as well. So
I was.
move everything over to .ca?
I did move it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pain in the butt.
How are you finding things? Like, do you use the eBay EIS system? Like, you
great.
opted into it?
Yeah. I would say about 20% to maybe even 30% of my sales are EIS.
Are you getting more sales in Canada now than you used to get?
No, I don't think so. It's kind of hard to tell, right? Because like I got when everything, when the what hit the fan is very discouraging to list. So I can't even really compare apples to apples, because if you're not listing, you're obviously not having sales.
Yeah.
And if it's all your old stuff sitting online, it's obviously going to suffer. So I can't even really compare the two.
Yeah, that's true, because we were 800 plus items, and now we're like 200 on ebay.ca now. So, I mean, we're not at the 800 we were. We have sold a few things using EIS. I think we've actually sold more things in Canada now, though, using listing on ebay.ca. We're probably up about a little bit, and we sold more on eBay, on Etsy, to Canada than we had before.
That makes sense, because on ebay.ca, people don't have the conversion fees. So if you're in Canada, you're more incentivized to actually buy when you don't have to pay those fees. So it's kind of good.
So the question with eBay EIS, does the amount the U.S. customer pay include the tariffs and duties? Yes. That's how eBay EIS actually works. What they are doing is, for those of us who are in Canada, it works the same way with the U.S. version of EIS as well. So basically what ends up happening is that the person in the US, if they are looking at one of our items, Carl's items or my items right now, because we're listed with EIS, the only way that they're actually seeing our item is with delivery options that show the shipping to them and all the taxes, tariffs, and duties that are on the item. Now, that shipping to them, though, is actually kind of bulked up, like it bulks, because I have, let's say, for example, I have a $10 shipping price to send anything in Canada, because I can do that with ebay.ca on something that's small. So I can ship this for $10. If somebody in the States buys it, eBay takes my $10 price, adds it to whatever the price it is for this to go to Georgia, then finds out that this also has duties and taxes on it. I still get paid my $10 for shipping, because I'm shipping it within Canada. But the person in the States is now paying what they used to pay for me, which might have been $15 to Atlanta. They're now paying $25 just for shipping, because they got to pay the $10 that gets to eBay EIS, and then it has to go down to them. So they're like, it adds to the shipping, which is one of the reasons that as Canadians, we've always said, to all the US sellers, don't use EIS, because it also adds the duties and taxes.
I would say a lot of my sales are actually going to Europe.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Using EIS.
Yeah, using EIS. For some things to the United States, I still ship myself because there's no tariffs on it. So, for example, my magazines, there's no tariffs on magazines. So I actually turned off EIS for magazines.
So you have it, but you have it listed with a US available. See, I put US as not available for shipping on any of our stuff.
So I have a shipping policy just for magazines. And in that one, I set it up so there is no EIS. It is only from me, because it's a lot cheaper when I send it, because there's no tariffs, right? And I use the Zonos app, but the cost is zero, so it's fine. Unfortunately, I lost access to the eBay discounted shipping to the United States. So instead of something that used to cost $10 or $12, now it costs $20
for
that same magazine. But at least they're not paying 30 or 40. Who knows how much they're paying?
I don't even know. But we have had sales. Yesterday we had a sale on Etsy for a cross stitch kit that I was charging $35 Canadian for if they bought it in the US, because I knew I had duty and taxes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, though, with that is that we're still trying to investigate. We had an item that was made in the USA. We sent it through Chit Chats, and they charged us $3.77 in tariffs for a made in the USA item.
Yeah.
And so
Canada Post now, so.
Well, we've just sent them an ask saying, why is a made in USA item getting a tariff put back onto it when it's going back into the USA? That doesn't make a lot of sense to us.
No.
One of our challenges originally, and it's not happening as much now, but I'm going to show you this a while before, November, early November, we sold this Jingle Bell thing. As soon as we put it on, $195. Now, the person who bought it, and here's the details. They paid $39.12 for international shipping using eBay AIS, including because this was made in China, right? Now, the problem we had was we sent this on Monday, November the 10th. It arrived at eBay EIS on Thursday, November 13th. It did not leave or get marked on eBay EIS until December the 1st. It sat there for 17 days, not making it to the next step.
I feel bad for the customer, but not our problem.
So do I. I mean, I was happy because we're covered.
Yeah.
Right? They can't complain to us. They can't get their money back because eBay guarantees as soon as it's got to their place, we're paid, and that's all. We can't get negative, like nothing negative can come through it. So
yeah.
But this Christmas item finally arrived on December 13th. So it literally took 5 weeks to get, and this was going to Atlanta, Georgia.
Did they complain to you?
No. But I complained to eBay and I got no answers. Now, the other thing that really made me mad, though, was as this moved, everything disappeared. All the details disappeared on the shipping.
Yeah, because it's not your responsibility, right? It's not your responsibility. That's
no, but I mean, now we don't even have a thing that shows the dates when anything went through, and we could see things that this was before this arrived. Right. We actually could see on it that it was December 3rd that it went and moved to customs. It was December, and then it's all disappeared. It's all flattened away. So
it's so funny. It's like once I ship something out, I never look. I'll never ever look.
Oh, I look all the time. I look all the time.
Oh,
daily. He looks daily.
No, I don't care unless they complain. Like, what am I going to do? I can't do anything anyways. Once it's gone out of the house, and I've done my bit. I did my bit. So,
right.
Is that cold? Maybe I'm a little cold about it, but it's just like I can't speed it up. And
Lisa says that she's had 4 EAS sales so far. Andrew says 24% of the sales have come through EIS.
Yeah, that's about me too. Yeah.
So Susan is saying, does the amount the customer pay includes the tariff? We answered that already. And then in the 90 days past, wow, that's better. That's great for Elisa. She's up 150% over the previous 90 days. So that's great. You did really good for Christmas. It shows the U.S. buyer the tariff is paid. Fish Fanatic, I've been quite a few more Canadian sales. Something I've noticed, a lot of buyers are new to eBay. That's actually still surprising. There's so many people that are new to eBay. It's like it's constantly surprising to me after nearly 30 years. There's still people who've never shopped on eBay. They're not listed on it. It's like there's still 0 people on it. Susan, I have flat rate shipping. I set of books, which is heavy. How does eBay know how much to charge? Their algorithm figures it out. You actually have flat rate shipping, and they will actually estimate through their AI that those books weigh this much, and that's what you're sending, and they will add it all together and do it all. But there was a comment somebody else made in here, which I thought was interesting, which was
from what I understood is if you use calculated shipping, like if you put in the dimensions and everything, they'll use that. Otherwise, it guesses by the category.
Yes, it does do that. But if you don't, it does. They actually use AI to figure it out otherwise. But yeah, here's Lisa saying, I sold 2 CDs via EAS, and they could have been bought tariff free if they bought directly from her.
Yeah, and for that stuff, I'm doing it direct because it's not that big a deal.
Charge $8 and they paid $18. So they may have actually been a tariff free though at the $18, but there was a cost for them to go to Toronto and then a cost for them to go from Toronto down. So they may have not had anything, no brokerage fee or anything on them. That was the killer. Yeah. Losing those Canada Post discounted rates to the USA.
I miss them.
most of the EIS seem to take about 3 weeks in total. So yeah, it's been a help.
I think it's great. Like, nothing negative. I've never experienced anything negative. I've heard
other than the timing. That's my only thing is I just didn't like the timing. Now, since then, we've sent other things that have shown up, like gone through within 2 days after arriving there. They're already on their way to customs, or they've already arrived. Like it's taken a lot less time lately, which is actually surprising over Christmas that it wouldn't take longer.
And in eBay's defense, it's a new system.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I think when we sent the Hallmark Jingle Pal chefs, the program was still relatively new, so they may have, set that package aside to wait for others to come in, and it got pushed to the bottom of the pile, or who knows what. You got to break a lot of eggs to make an omelet, so that's just one of the little eggies that finally got mixed in.
And hopefully you do have people that are understanding. Tina just said she mailed a throw-size quilt on the 5th of December from Wisconsin to California. It went, so from Wisconsin west to California, it went east to Atlanta, then to Hawaii before it got delivered. But the buyer luckily understood. Yeah, hopefully you have a buyer that can look at stuff and go, oh, because they're reading stuff, as opposed to those who may be I want to know where I want my money back. It's like, I'm sorry, it's on its way to you. You can tell it's on its way to you. You can read where it is. And the one big benefit I think that's going to be happening with EIS as we move forward is that they are going to be adding more and more countries, because currently it's just the European Union and Australia, I believe. So that's still a good amount that are getting it that may not have been able to ship stuff to before. So that is helpful. But it was a big hit to hit that stuff in September. Now, Carl, you mentioned we've got the potential Supreme Court tariff challenge.
Right.
That is supposed to be coming up. I thought it was originally supposed to come up late in November.
No, that's when they were going to start hearing it. It was in November.
But I don't know whether they did or not.
They did. And the results are supposed to be coming in the first couple of weeks of January. So what's interesting is the betting forums on it say that there's 70% chance. Well, 70% of people who bet think that the tariffs are going to be thrown out. Now,
betting forums on tariffs.
Oh yeah, and the best way of predicting things actually is the betting forums.
Oh
yeah. So the thing is, don't get excited, because all this is about this particular way they put on the tariffs. And they have other ways they can put on tariffs. So what everyone has been saying is that even if the tariffs are thrown out by the Supreme Court, they'll use a different method to add tariffs back in. Okay. So unfortunately, it's going to cause a lot of confusion again, as everything is what's going on. The de minimis, which is what we really care about, will probably not be affected by this decision.
I don't think it wasn't part of this decision, though, was it?
No, they say there's a small chance it could be, because it's kind of attached with everything, but probably not. The big question is, what happens to all the money that was given?
Yeah. Because the tariffs actually started back late February, early March. So tariffs started being charged at that point, and the case is against everything from all through the summer. It's not against just what came in from the de minimis. But I'm still having arguments on Facebook pages. In groups that I'm in, that people are like, somebody just yelled at me yesterday, said I'm an idiot because I watch literally they said I watch too much CNN. I'm an idiot because tariffs are paid for by the sellers.
Yeah, I've given up on all that. I've given up on.
How would you even know this, you idiot? And I went, because I'm Canadian. I know, and I've had a whole bunch of upvotes to my I'm Canadian, because it's like people are going, oh, I think he might understand.
I was so much happier when no one knew what de minimis meant.
Yeah.
So I don't see any of this changing in 2026.
I don't know. I don't think it will either, and I still don't know. So how would you, when you look at that, what would you say is going to be different for you as you move into 2027? Are you going to treat things differently? Because I know you and I had the discussion briefly just on Messenger back and forth about, and I know that Lisa Wallace has had a conversation with me when she was picking something up from my Mac. So there's I want to say seasonal depression, like a sad depression.
Yeah.
There's a depression that comes along with what's happened here, especially to Canadian sellers. May not be anywhere near as much on the U.S. side. The U.S. side just may be more of a depression in dealing with what the shit show going on down there.
If you're on the U.S. side, this was actually a huge advantage because you got rid of a bunch of your competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is really good.
Maybe why Elisa all of a sudden went up by like 150% in the last 3 months.
Oh yeah, for them
because those 3 months had no de minimis, so people could buy from her.
Yeah.
But
it also explains why eBay pumped out the EIS program as quickly as they did.
they were really quick. It must have been in the coming along anyways, but they must have pushed it. I'm very happy with eBay Canada. Good for them for doing this, right?
Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall with their revenue streams being impacted significantly.
Significantly, yes.
I know that when I did some initial talking to them about it, the couple of things that they were saying was that you'd be surprised how much things like going to Germany because Germany was one of the first places they were looking at adding, but when they were opening up, until they opened up to the whole EU, Germany was first because they said our sales to Germany are amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, never understood that kind of thing. So it's like they're looking at all the numbers to make it work. But so what do you think is going to be different for you in 2026? Because there's this, you and I are both like, sometimes you just sit there looking at the boxes that are beside you and going, what the hell am I going to do with all of this stuff?
You know, the 5 stages. I'm probably at acceptance at this point. And the thing is, things are still selling, right? If I take the time to list and do it, they are selling. And I just have to accept that I have less sales per number of items I have online. That's how I have to look at it. Also, you know, there's no easy way, no way to look around the tariffs. They're not going away. United States for Canadians are a big part of the market. Like, I'd like to say I have a magic thing to deal with it, but I don't. I think maybe being better at like selling to the rest of the world is going to help. But I do not know, unless we start a little smuggling route. I don't know how to get back that market. So I'm sorry that.
But are you going to, in essence, change anything that you've done in the past, like 3 months, sort of thing? Like, are you going to because are you going to try and bite the bullet and go, maybe I'll try a few Facebook Marketplace posts, or are you gonna say I'm gonna try Etsy? Like, is there anything that you're going to look at a little differently than you had before? Or are you going to try auction houses and see if anything with them even is something that you can either use on your own or use through somebody?
eBay is still the best answer for me.
Is it? Okay.
Because putting things in a box, sending it off is how I like to sell things. Right? And I have the market too. So anything else I feel like doing in person, there's that. Like for Etsy, like people love it, but I'm worried about the double ding. You know what I mean? Like if something sells and I still have it, and I don't need to do it. I'd rather spend my time putting up listings on eBay. So I know it's boring, but basically I'm not going to change anything.
No, but that's just that's what I wonder is like if the 3 months has given you a new attitude, like it's given us a new attitude. I know that when we're looking at stuff, I never listed anywhere near as much stuff on Facebook as I have in the past like 4 months.
Yeah.
And our sales, based on what we've been listing, our sales are now pretty well equal across eBay, Etsy, and Facebook. And they were never like that. Our sales used to be like if I go back 2 years ago, I can tell you our sales were probably 60% of our sales were on eBay. And at one point, like in 2022, 2023, I think about 25% of our sales were on Whatnot.
Yeah.
Which was a new platform for us. And only about 5% of our sales were on, about 10% of our sales were max sold. About 5%, I don't know if the numbers are adding up. 5% of the sales were on Etsy, and 5% of the sales were on Facebook Marketplace. Because I probably listed, in 2022, I probably listed 10 things on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, wow.
And this fall, I've listed 25 things in the past 2 months on Facebook Marketplace, like kind of thing.
The other thing, too, is that it's still the fact that on eBay, I'll get more money for the same items. than I will for the booth. Like if I sell the thing at the booth, or I sell it even on the restricted eBay, I still get a lot more money for the same items on eBay.
Well,
Just
yeah,
because, yeah, right.
This is something sell even more so on Etsy than they do on eBay, depending on what they are.
Yeah, there's that too.
And that's one of the reasons that we started trying that. And again, is why we just say to people with something like Crossless Magic, and we'll do another repost in the new year about how to use it in an easy way and how to try it and test it, especially with things that are you've got that you can see other people selling them on. Like we've sold 4 Furbies in the past year on Etsy for more money, 20 to 30% more money than we sold them for on eBay.
It's so funny, eh?
So it's, for whatever reason, it's just kind of really strange. But Kendra's saying getting rid of basic inventory is not too bad on Facebook Marketplace. The specialized items, you need a bigger US market or for the world. And the amount of inventory that people have, well, that's just it. Part of it is the amount of inventory. And that's why I'm saying I'm having, my big thing is, and this is going to be hard for me, a month of no thrifting. A month of, like, I won't stop myself if I happen to see something pop on Marketplace. But because I'm going to Marketplace to look for for my ads. So it's
I'm
like
gonna have to put a child thing on your phone, aren't
child lock on. But I'm not, until I sell stuff, I need to, I mean, even in the last month and a half, with all the Christmas stuff that we bought, that we were finding that was great stuff that was on sale that like I was buying, and it was like great. I bought, now I've got 5 more tubs. I'm trying to get rid of space. I like get space for stuff out of the store, and I just filled 5 more tubs.
But it's new stuff.
But then there's stuff in my tubs that we're opening up and we're going, what the hell is this? I don't even know if there's that. I can find that thing. This is something that Rick opened up a tub. I didn't do an upload of this. Rick opened up a tub the other day and found, he unfolded this tub, and this towel was in it. That I'm preparing for Facebook Marketplace like this. It's a brand new vintage Bahamas towel.
Oh, I thought it was Puerto Rico.
No, okay. Bahamas. But it when he opened it up and went, what the hell? All of a sudden he's flashing boobies at me. And I'm like, where the heck did that come from? I don't even know.
I wouldn't have bought that, but no, actually I would have.
Yeah, you probably did.
It's funny, like at the market, that stuff is good. It'll grab people's attention.
Are you shop? Do you think you'll shop as much in 2026 as you did in 2025 before everything, or has your shopping gone from here to here?
It's gone from here to here, because it's like, oh, can I actually sell this thing, right? But in some ways, my interest of being with the booth and what can I get that actually will sell at the booth. You know, one good thing about 2025, I'm going to do a little positive, is the AI is a great tool. So I've been using that a lot to learn. That's helped me a lot as well. So, but yeah, I am buying less. I went to an auction, a live auction. I barely bought anything because I don't want junk. And I know what happens is if I get too bored, I'll start buying junk. And I was a good boy. I only bought a couple of things.
Well, again, we talked about this, I think, in the past a little bit, and that's sort of one of the things. And our first show in January is going to talk a little bit more about the structure of moving forward and what we're thinking about doing. But again, one of the things that we've repeated before multiple times is trying to up the average selling price that we're doing on things, so that we are not trying to sell $10 items anymore, because you can't afford really to sell $10 items anymore, because nobody's going to buy them using eBay EIS.
Exactly.
Are you selling into the US with all the restrictions, and how do you set it up on eBay? Lisa, if you can you can join our Facebook group, which is called Craft, the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group. We have multiple posts inside there that explain, there's the link down below, that you can just search Canadian Resellers on Facebook and join it. And there's multiple listings all about eBay EIS, which basically is the system that we were talking about a little earlier in here, which is eBay ends up doing all of the collecting of the taxes and everything, the duties and tariffs, and ships to you for the US. No issues whatsoever. On other platforms, you have to figure it out on your own. Magnolia Blue, not sure who that is. Did a bunch of thrifting this week, and prices are have gone up big time, but we'll do mostly vintage clothes, so you need to be more selective and find some other sourcing. Andrew put up items in a live local auction, came away with $500 with fees. That's great.
Sounds good to me.
Prices are high at auctions, and you can get caught up. That's the what you hope for from the selling standpoint. They do get caught up, just like our Christmas tree that went for $270. But it's just another way. Hello, Tristan. Thanks for
coming. With auctions, you have to hope for the best, and once in a while you get a great win.
Yeah,
and you just accept that. A lot of the times you're just not going to be able to get it, and accept that.
I always find it fascinating.
We're trying to source a lot.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We're trying to source a lot less, trying to get through a lot more, and I'm going to be like as vicious going through our stuff in this upcoming like month or so, in terms of donating and having it isn't worth keeping. Like, again, we moved 40 tubs from our storage unit. So I got 40 tubs that is mostly vintage clothing, vintage linens, and fabric. Not even the stuff that we normally do. Like not our and I still have a room right below us that Rick's in that is filled with vintage toys. So I'm going to be trying to do a lot more to get rid of those things. Again, Facebook Marketplace, I've seen some success. One of the big things that we've done, and I talked about it last week, I think, is we save items and then we pop back in to see if they sold, which then we think, okay, there's a reason for me to sell them. Do you understand what I'm saying, Carl?
No, I missed last week's show. I forgot.
Okay, so what I do is when I've gone into Marketplace and I have all of my saved items. Where's my saved items? And when I look at my saved items, I actually go and I'll save an item. Like right now, I've got some strawberry shortcake figures.
Right.
And so when I'm going through Marketplace, I actually look at the item and go, oh, look, there's somebody else selling strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
I save that strawberry shortcake thing. I can't find the way to get to it right now. I save that, and then I go back to it once a week. I go back to my save.
Oh, I see.
And I go,
right.
Sold. They stay up there.
These are demand.
Don't remove them.
Yeah.
So I can see what other people were selling.
Yeah. Okay.
How much they were selling things at.
Yeah.
And then it gives me, oh, this is great. I see every time people are putting up vintage Star Wars Burger King glasses, they're getting $15 to $20 per glass.
Right.
And almost every single listing that I have marked has sold somewhere in the past week.
Okay.
So I know I can go list on Facebook Marketplace for $50 and I can get rid of that pretty fast.
There's demand for it. Yeah.
Because there's demand right now for it. Hopefully the demand hasn't been eaten up before I go to it. Super discerning at Goodwill tonight. They had a Disney wreath that was listed from 80 to 140. Opening the box, it was so many pieces. I didn't want to deal with it. Yeah, Elisa, that's the other thing too. We're working on our next Max sold right now. Your garage is full of inventory. Your car is sitting outside of the snow.
Yeah.
And yeah, Elisa's going through Poshmark clothing that had some from 2017. Yeah,
I think we've got stuff from 2000 in here, so we've got you beat.
I got things with Value Village stickers still on them in boxes where I can't even open the baggie, right? Like we all have.
That was Heather had a big thing where they had to move from a house to an apartment, and that made her get rid of a lot of stuff too.
Yep.
Lisa does that on Facebook, spies on other people's listings. So I'll do a little video on that if I can figure out how to use it on my phone. So you had a year. We had a bad year. I don't think there's anything new that's going to happen in the next year. So for you, it's pretty well status quo. You just have to get your sort of your mojo moving a little bit, I guess.
I mean, just in denial, like heavy denial, and like paying attention to my booth. That's what I've been doing, right? Because that's a nut I'm trying to crack. And it's entertaining me for now. But you know,
I think there we go. I was trying to move you over and I couldn't move you over.
But anyways, yes, for eBay, I think it's you hit the nail on the head when you said it's going to be the higher selling stuff, because that's what people are going to be willing to spend the heavy shipping for, because the ratio is much better, right? Where it doesn't matter as much. So
that's why I'm bulking up stuff too. It's like I don't want to try and list individual items that are $5 things and $10 things. So I'd rather put a bunch of Games Workshop metal things for $50 or $60.
And ironically, the lower value stuff tends to sell better for me at the booth.
Did any of the stuff I sent you sell?
I sold some of the stickers, I sold one of the decks of cards. And some stickers.
I sent Carl a bunch of stuff as I hear Carl. I have all these extras. I have multiples of all this. Thanks for all your time on the show. Here's a gift box for you of a whole bunch of stuff I've got multiples of. Hoping and praying that Carl would then contact me 2 weeks later and go, oh my God.
I know. I wanted to send you that message
for hundreds of dollars. Craig, can you send me more? And when I contacted him a month and a half later, he was like, nope, nothing sold.
Nope. Sorry.
At least I was like, well, nothing sold at your flea market, nothing sold at my antique mall, nothing sold online. I guess it was a bad buy.
You know, it's difficult. You have to wait for the right customer.
Yes, that's the cards he's talking about.
Yeah, I sold one pack to my buddy.
Here's a bunch of crap.
We kept finding them open at the Roadshow Mall, our antique booth. We kept finding the card decks open.
Oh, really?
And cards here and there in the booth. It's like, no.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's the thing is you got to look through those profit piles, because Elisa pulled an Orlando Magic NBA starter jacket that she didn't list from the 90s for $100. So yeah, sorting, going through a bunch of stuff. It's going to be tough. I think a lot of us have a lot of sort of revitalization. We need to all.
It's a reckoning.
I honestly don't know what the word is. We need to get our mojo back, even though
it's
there's
a reckoning.
Changing.
It's the red wedding of reselling.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's been the red wedding of reselling. And that would have been another way for me to say to the show, as opposed to calling it the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year. But overall, it's been a terrible, no good, very bad year for Canadian resellers. So, and yes, it has been a bit of a red wedding. But we have to look at these things.
Can I interject something positive, though?
Yes, please.
The fact is, Craig, that all of us resellers have been put through the ringer. The cross-border shippers have been put through the ringer. The Canadian economy has been put through the ringer, but we're all moving forward.
This is the acceptance part.
Yes, it is the acceptance part, but there are some positives coming about because of it.
Well, for everybody who's out there, let the flames of this year's dumpster fire guide you into the new year. From one trash panda to another trash panda.
Are you
thanks everyone for
pandas?
Thanks everyone for joining us.
I want 2026 to be boring. Okay, that's all I want. A boring, uneventful year. Is that so much?
I thought you said. For some reason, I heard I don't want Toy Story 5 to be boring. That's what I heard.
But yes,
that's what I heard.
A boring year would be nice. Let's have nothing.
Yes, a boring, nothing happening year would be wonderful. But I don't think that's going to be in the cards for the Toyota cards for anybody. But thanks, Carl, for joining us. We might try and get you to come on again once or twice in the new year, just to sort of go, how are you still doing? And you can say it could be our little sort of things are still the same, or
I don't want to be that person.
Is this like a playoff period for reselling?
Yeah, this is
hiding in the basement. Yeah,
hiding in the basement. We'll see. Maybe one of those two boxes behind you will disappear.
No, maybe. Let's be positive. Maybe. That's what's going to happen this year. I'll get rid of two.
A giant thanks to everybody who's watching us here and who's come on to us when we popped in and out over the past year. It has been a big challenge, as obviously all of you know. We're still sitting almost 5,000 members on our YouTube channel, subscribers to our YouTube channel, and we've got almost 5,000 members that are in our craft group, the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters. So we thank those of you who are in both of those groups. We thank anybody who's watching the show afterwards and throwing in your comments and everything. We thank you very much. We're trying to figure out how to juggle this and even figure out for ourselves, how do we handle this, because it's such a different thing. If I'm not thrifting, I do have stuff put aside for Thrifter to throw it. So I will do one of those from before. Okay. But it will be all stuff that I bought before or stuff that I found. We'll also be able to do a profit pile. Look what I found show.
Or stuff that I sold him from the boxes.
Stuff, yeah, we'll do a show. Stuff that Rick sold me from my own boxes. That will be a show that comes up sometime in the late part of January. But Happy New Year to everybody. We hope you have a good one. We will be back in early mid-January. Carl, again, thank you very much for you guys. For those of you who are looking for some fun of some kind out there, just take a look at some of the stuff that is on your local provider. And if you have not seen Heated Rivalry, it's a pretty good show. It's only 6 episodes. It's available on Crave. So other than that, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2027. And again, remember
2026.
2026. Then let the dumpster
You're
fire.
Already gone a full year.
Guide you into the new year. Doug says goodbye, everybody. Yay!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.